What's up, you guys? It's Curls from Reckoning Curls, and as usual, it's been a minute since I have made a video. That's because I am a pro procrastinator. It's literally my best skill, is procrastinating and putting things off till the last second, and I just remain under the pressure until I get what I need to get done. And I've been meaning to re-record my video about regulars because my last video was a little rushed. I thought I had more time to talk, but our food came out a lot quicker than I wanted it to. Well, not that I wanted it to, everyone loves food, what am I saying? But it came out quicker than I thought it would, and then we were in kind of a crunch for time because we were waiting to see Black Panther. So I went ahead and I would just brainstormed about what I wanted to say so I can get it all out there and make a better video. I'm still gonna leave the old one up, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just basically act like I didn't make it. So if you've watched the original video, I might repeat myself on some things. For those of you who have not seen the video, I talk about regular customers at the club that I work at. I work at the Cheetah in Atlanta. I dance by the name Ren. So the first thing I want to touch on is the fact that regulars
are amazing.
They make the job a lot easier. They can sometimes be a little difficult, especially ones that are creepy. We have some of those, you know, but the good thing about them is that when they start coming in enough, you get to actually create bonds with these people and they do become your friends. They're not just customers like regular customers. Of course, there's some that you're going to keep that boundary with because it's safer that way or it's more comfortable that way, or that's just the dynamic of your relationship. But there are times when it's okay to be friends with your customers because it just works out that way. You guys vibe really well, you guys get along, you guys have good talks, you guys like each other's company. I know I personally really appreciate some of my regulars because there are days when I'm just not really in a good mood, or I have a lot on my mind,
or I'm really hungry
and I can't afford to buy food, and I'm sad. So I see a regular customer come in, and honestly it's like a huge source of comfort because, you know, when you're stressed out and you just want to let it out, or you just want to chill and relax without someone trying to pick you up or ask you a whole bunch of questions, you have someone coming in who actually knows about you, who doesn't have to ask you questions, who's okay with silence, who just literally wants your companionship, which comes to be really, really, really nice, like, and appreciated, especially after a long day when you're dancing all day and you're tired and you just want to talk to somebody or not talk to somebody and chill and just relax and have casual conversation that doesn't have to be forced because you're trying really hard.
secure back.
But yeah, a friendly face can definitely help you push through those shifts that are more difficult than others when you're having a bad day, or when you're having a good day. Sometimes it's really nice to be like, hey, how are you? I'm in a great mood, because they want to see you in a great mood. When you're in a great mood, they come in a great mood, and it makes them want to keep you in a great mood, which keeps them coming back because, again, they enjoy your company, and you guys, your friends, they get to enjoy that side of you. They don't just get to see, you know, the crappy sides on crappy days when you are in a good mood or there's drama or it's a slow day. They actually get to see you have fun. That, and if they love you enough, they'll get you drunk, because that definitely helps at work, especially for me. I get a little awkward sometimes, and alcohol kind of helps loosen me up, as well as help my back not hurt, because I do have scoliosis and that shit hurts on stage after dancing all day, especially when you do several days in a row or double. And if you get a really nice one, you can get them to move your back, which usually they do a really good job because they want to make you feel good. Alcohol also helps when you have those customers that come in that are more of a drainer rather than a charger, because they pay you well but you don't necessarily want to deal with some of their problems that they're bringing to you. Now, I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but that does happen. But you have to push through it, because a lot of the times these people are paying you very well to sit there and listen to their problems. And I'm all about that. I'm a great listener. But sometimes I need a little bit of motivation in the form of liquid. So basically, when you start getting to know your regular, one of the first things you're going to be looking out for is whether or not this person is creepy, if they're stalkerish, if they're going to be a problem in like trying to take you out constantly when they make you uncomfortable, or if they're too handsy, or if they don't care to hear about you and they only want to talk about themselves. Which, granted, that's what I do with most customers when I meet them, is I talk about them, but after a while I'm going to be paying attention to whether or not you really like pay attention to what I'm saying. Like, okay, it's not saying that I'm going to like drop the customer, but it really is going to let me know how much effort I need to be putting into this regular, because it's going to be a mutual thing. We both want something. I had to get a snack because I figured, why not? 2, I need potassium. 3, my camera ran out of minutes for me to record on, so I had to figure out where I had to pick up off at. So, also, I'm eating it the right way, like a human being, not like some of you hooligans who do it. So, spending that much time with someone who comes in often, especially, when you do end up getting close to these people, there's a certain level of honesty that you have to have with them, because, after a while, you can't just small talk. You're going to talk about real life things. You're going to talk about your life, things about you, your childhood, your aspirations, like their aspirations, their experiences. Like, there's going to be a lot of different conversations. You're so lucky, I love you. With that, some of the girls enter this job single, or they enter it with a relationship, or they end up getting in a relationship during the time that they are working there. And that can cause complications, because a lot of the times, the customers see this as a fantasy. They want to feel like they have a chance with these girls. And, sometimes they do. It's not unheard of for someone to come in the club and meet someone and then they fall in love or they start dating. However that ends, good or bad, it happens. And so sometimes, you just don't tell them if you have a significant other. You just kind of omit that from the topic. Like, you just talk around that. And then other times, you get to the point where maybe it's best that you do, because of the fact that you guys have gotten really close, or because of the fact that you guys have a certain understanding of honesty between you guys that you respect and want to commit to with that person. The smartest thing to do is, just assess your situation. If you feel like you guys would be better off with complete and open honesty about like your outside relationships, then that's on you. If you feel like you don't need to tell them because whatever the reason is, maybe you're not as close as some of your other regulars, or maybe you're not ready, or you don't know how, or whatever, you can get to it later, or when it becomes necessary to tell them, or if they just find out and you have to just tell them about it, like explain yourself. There's a lot of different ways that can happen. Me personally, I have chosen to be more open recently with my regulars about my relationship status, because I don't want to have to go through the emotional distress of having to explain to someone I've been getting close to that I haven't been completely honest about my relationship status with them, and end up hurting them, because the last thing I want to do is hurt these people. Like I said before, they are people, they don't want to feel like you don't care about them, or like you just never care, because you do end up caring about these people. My best advice is to try to treat your customers as best as you see fit, make them feel like you respect them. You should respect them, not just feel like it. You should respect them. They're human beings. But yeah, you know, just make sure that you guys have understandings and lines and that are clear to prevent anything. Know what you want when you're going into this kind of friendship, because it, like I said before, it is intricate and you don't want to end up hurting someone else as well as yourself, because that can make the job much more difficult. Now that the serious topic is over, put these back on so I can actually see. So there are the regulars who come in there and literally only come to see you and think that they have a chance with you because they think that they are going to save you. That is a stereotype that I come in contact with often. They usually ask what my damage is, what my story is, how did I end up in a strip club, which I guess we all have to have
Daddy issues
of some sort in order to end up in a strip club, apparently. Whatever. So those ones, my best advice is just ride it out until you can't stand it anymore. Utilize that.
Secure bag.
And just be as patient as possible. Make them buy you drinks, make them buy you food. Like, that's all you can do, because I mean, if they're paying you, you're gonna want their money, but you're gonna have to have some serious patience, because it's gonna get annoying, because they're gonna think that they can just take you home, sweep you off your feet, and make you their wife, and you won't just magically will quit a strip club for him. And yeah. And then there's probably one of the worst ones, which in my opinion anyway, they are. It's the ones that get really comfortable coming in all the time, to the point where they might get like VIP access, so they don't have to pay a cover charge anymore. And then they start getting comfortable and think that because they have the VIP access or treatment or whatever, they think that they can just come in there and they don't have to pay anybody because they've spent enough money on there. Well, when you go into Walmart, after you spend a couple $100 after over so many days, weeks, years, whatever, you don't just go into Walmart and start taking stuff off the shelf because you feel entitled to it because you've spent enough money there. No, you continue to buy it because it's a business. Same aspect, you know? So I'm not really sure how to deal with these yet. I'm still learning because it's a new experience for me dealing with those types of regulars. And yeah, so I'm still figuring that out. If you have any feedback on how to deal with that type of customer, or any feedback in general about any type of customer related information or advice or opinions that you have, I would love to hear in the comments below. Feel free to do that if you're interested. I personally am interested to know what others have to say about having regulars and how to deal with them and how to maintain them and the types of relationships and whatnot. So feel free to do that. And I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. I don't think I'm going to make another one. I think I did pretty well on this one. I had enough time. I didn't feel rushed. But yeah, it's Curls for American Curls, and I will see you next time.